Since week 10, the 49ers are second in DVOA, which is schedule adjusted efficiency against the run on offense. They are second in EPA per play, which tells us they're getting a bunch of chunk, explosive, big plays. They're fifth in success rate, which tells us they're having success on a down-to-down basis. Why? This guy right here. This is the very first play of the game. Let's watch the play itself out, because as you can see, the blocking is there. Because 23 is a master manipulator of the second level defenders, linebackers. He makes it seem like he's going to go one way. Watch, he's pressing outside. He's pressing outside. The 49ers, they're an outside zone team, mostly under Kyle Shanahan. That has changed this season. So this linebacker thinks, all right, I have to beat McCaffrey to the spot. What does he do? Puts on the brakes. Big play right there. That is Christian McCaffrey in a nutshell. So I mentioned that I want to talk about the running game, and we are going to do that right now. Run game, screen game, blocking, excellent from the 49ers. So I just said that the 49ers are an outside zone team, and that's just not true anymore. They've mixed it up. They're more of a gap scheme running team now. They run a lot of inside zone. They run plenty of power, which is exactly what this play is right here. So power is where you see the generally backside guard pull across the line of scrimmage. Shanahan knows the Raiders are playing a ton of man coverage. So this person is tasked with blocking George Kittle. Watch what happens. So he's in man coverage, right? So he's going to follow Kittle everywhere he goes. Because they're in man coverage, the 49ers don't even have to block him. So just watch Kittle there. Effectively, he's Kittle blocking two defenders, and he only gets his hands on one person. So they get an explosive play just by scheming up against the Raiders. Watch the play itself out. McCaffrey doesn't really have to do much. So power, the rules of power, down, down, kick. Blocks down, blocks down, blocks down to usually somebody right here, but he's smart enough to know I'm just going to keep going until I get somebody. And then he is the wrap guy. He's going to wrap around, Banks, kick the defensive end out. And as you can see, McCaffrey is just untouched, essentially. Want him to get in that end zone, but, I mean, that's as good as it gets schematically from Shanahan right there. All right, so here is the 49ers patented wide zone play. They're just trying to get to the edge, right? The blocking is beautiful. McCaffrey does a really good job of just playing cat and mouse. So let's start with McCaffrey here and watch his little hesitation and what it does to this linebacker right here. So gets the ball. That little skip right there is all it takes. Watch how he hesitates here. He looks inside. He's thinking, all right, that pause, maybe he's going to cut back. He doesn't. And he paves away. Watch 85. There's going to be a lot of this going on in this breakdown. This is Max Crosby. This is a player who is probably one of the 5-10 best edge rushers in the NFL. Watch what Kittle does to him. It's about 5 yards driving him out of the play. And because of that, I mean, another very good blocking wide receiver right here. Everybody knows about Trent Williams. So you have three superb blockers right here. Jennings bluffs like he's going to block the corner, effectively taking him out of the play, works to the second or third level and gets the safety. Kittle makes sure that this guy is secure and then comes back. Trent Williams makes sure that this player is secured and then peeks back around. So it's just all around the execution in the running game. Look at the hole that McCaffrey gets to run through right here. That's what you want, right? That's how you draw it up. So very, very good blocking up front. And let's go to the center. You want to make sure to get these explosive plays. You want to cut off the backside linebacker. Brindle doesn't get there fully, but he makes him go underneath, and that's what you want. So in the long run, this is why the 49ers running game has been so effective and has been arguably the best in the NFL over the last couple months. So I've gone back and forth on this since essentially McCaffrey's been acquired, but I think it's pretty cut and dry here that he's their best player. And it's never the explosive plays, right? It's the down-to-down plays. It's the plays where he's turning negative plays into positive gains. And this play in particular is a prime example. So simple run play, right? And watch the defensive line. So the ball's on the 8, 7-ish, 6-yard line. The nose tackle's in the backfield right now. This should be a tackle for loss. Instead, avoids him. He could easily, try to fit it up in here, just get 1 or 2 yards. But now, he's one-on-one at the 5-yard line with the DB. He finishes on the 1-yard line. This is incredible to me. Like these are the type of plays that make McCaffrey a special player. Again, doesn't seem like much, but now the 49ers are ahead of chains. Now they have the ball at the 1-yard line, and that's all 23 right there. So last week I showed a play where it was a toss to the right, and what happens is teams are catching on, so they're sending their slot defender trying to essentially beat the wide receiver to the point of attack right down here, and that's how this play plays out. So here, let's walk through it. Kyle Juszczyk, he's going to act as if he's going in motion across the formation. And once he does that, he's going to bluff and come back out. So you see, he's thinking, all right, toss. I'm going to beat the crack block, and I'm going to get in there. So this is a great way to offset that and just essentially keep defenses honest. So we're going to get a little reverse here, a little end around action to Brandon Ayuk. Just toss it to him. Because that DB I just mentioned dives inside, there's nobody. And now it's student body right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even Ray McLeod gets out there, and Brandon. It's almost like this is too convoluted, like there's too much congestion going on here. So Ayuk has to slow down. But it feels like this, it's a great play call. Probably want that to be a touchdown, right? Just knowing the numbers game that they had. But I understand why. There's just so much going on in that play. The point is the formation. When you have a guy like Christian McCaffrey, you've had as much success as we've shown in this game already that the 49ers have had on the ground. These little gadget plays work so well because of that. So great play call. Shanahan was amazing as far as timing-wise goes in a lot of these, and that's just one play. And we'll get to a couple more. More Shanahan brilliance here. So teams used to do this to J.J. Watt a ton, and at every level, when you have a player who you can't block, and I'm not saying the 49ers can't block Max Crosby, but the best thing that you could do, and this might sound counterproductive, goes against just natural train of thought, just don't block them. So here, this is a short trap, and what's going to happen is on these trap plays, you usually leave one of these guys unblocked up front. So the 49ers are just not going to block him at first, giving him the illusion, hey, I'm unblocked, I'm going to go get somebody. What happens is Spencer Burford here has a short pull, and he's just going to kick Burford out. In turn, so you see that, unblocked, kicked out, so he's out of the picture. There goes their edge presence right here. So now, Christian McCaffrey doesn't have to worry about anything. You get Tyler Kroft to climb, and Kyle Juszczyk now gets to lead through. What happens? Christian McCaffrey goes untouched until about the 1-yard line. The run schemes, the running game that this team has, second to none in the NFL. There's no doubt about it. They are. I know a lot of people talk about, missing Mike McDaniel would be a big blow, but you would have no idea that the way that they're humming right now on the ground. And these plays are why. Like, we don't really see these type of plays often, but the execution's there. Even Kroft slipping, he still had to get to the linebacker. So McCaffrey, again, patience, just letting everybody else do the work. That's what great running backs do. Let all these guys do the blocking. Slow to, fast through is what you hear a lot of running back coaches say. Slow to the hole, fast through the hole. Turns on the Jets right there. Easy touchdown. All right, another change of pace type of run that they have that we haven't seen the 49ers really run much this year. Just a little jet sweep. And rookie Danny Gray, I believe this is his first carry of the season, gets 9 yards here. So what the 49ers are worried about here, only 3 defenders can really affect this play. 1, 2, and 3. So Max Crosby ends up jumping inside, which only helps Mike McGlinchey. George Kittle climbs up here. And since the Raiders, again, they're in press man coverage, this makes it easy on Juwan Jennings. All he has to do is run him off and clear him out. So effectively, Danny Gray doesn't have to do anything. Just be fast, right? Be yourself. Outrun everybody. The play works out about as well as you can ask. Let's watch it here. Goes in motion. So, as you can see, he jumps inside. He's never going to be able to make this tackle. McGlinchey's job is done there. As you can see, his back is turned. The cornerback's back is turned. He has no idea where the ball is since he's only worried about this guy. Now, it's just Kittle on a DB, and you'll take that every time. Down the line, would you want to see Gray pump the brakes right here? Cut up? Sure, of course. But I'm sure in practice it's never looked like that way. So I understand why he did that. But either way, I mean, we're talking about this is the type of execution where people are worried about, how Brock Purdy will look in the playoffs. When has the 49ers quarterback ever really had to go out of their way to win the game? It's really been about NFC Championship 2019. Running game dominates. The way that they're running the ball right now, I'm not sure there's going to be much on Purdy's plate. Okay, so we've seen jet sweep. We've seen outside runs. We've seen trap plays, power. We've seen a little bit of everything, right? So now we get to the screen game. So Christian McCaffrey, as deadly as he's been, now he serves as a decoy. So you get Kyle Juszczyk motioning away from the strength of the formation, and this is just to take advantage of poor eye discipline from the Raiders. This is a defensive lineman. He's standing up in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure he's not used to playing out in space like this. His eyes are in the backfield. He sees motion away. I'm going to go get that play. Instantly, he's stumbling right now, trying to change directions. So he's out of the play. Who else did they need to worry about? So it's a screenplay to this side. You have 1, 2, 3 on 2. Once he effectively eliminates himself, you get Trent Williams coming out here, and then that's it, right? Unless he just doesn't fall for the run action, the 49ers have the numbers advantage. So, again, Shanahan's timing on these play calls are second to none. Like, he's incredible at this. It works out well. You see, this is what we call a business decision, and how could you blame him? You have Trent Williams sizing you up in the open field. I'm going to do everything I can to avoid getting decleated. He wanted nothing, no part of that right there. And that's how you get a long reception for Rory McLeod, who, again, all he has to do is run. Be fast. That's your strength. You're a punt returner. You're great in the open field. Just get him the ball. So good window dressing here with the play fake. You have the Raiders running all over the place. You have a business decision there, and you get a first down. Just, again, flawless execution right there. 2nd and 10, 27-27. It seems like this is a good opportunity for the Raiders to get off the field, right? They're going to send the house. They're going to blitz 6 players here. Shanahan's timing comes through once again. Calls the screen, dials it up perfectly. You're going to get Christian McCaffrey in the open field with numbers advantage, and I think we know how this is going to end. So he could easily, so he has a ball in his hand right now. He could easily, not be patient, just try to make him miss, get what he can. Instead, again, the best running backs at every level, they are going to do what they can, or they're going to make sure that they do the work for them. I don't want to get hit, right? So what do? I'm going to let him do the blocking, and I'm going to go from there. This is great patience right here. And we'll see from the end zone angle, Daniel Brunskill just sell out. Superman. Great block, great effort there. McCaffrey runs over a DB at the end. It comes back to Shanahan, though. The timing of the screen, midfield. The Raiders are probably thinking, all right, they want to pass, they want to throw the ball down the field. We're going to blitz the house and not give them any time. Shanahan, all right, welcome the blitz. Speaking of welcoming the blitz, Purdy could get rid of this too quickly. Probably throw the ball before he's ready. Doesn't happen. Invites the rush. Waits to the last minute. And now you have 1 defender with 2 oncoming blockers. And the ball is in Christian McCaffrey's hands. So watch Brunskill here. Boom. That's more than enough. That is a great block right there. Great effort. Fantastic effort, honestly. Just selling out. Doing everything they can. He's playing left guard for the 2nd time this season. 2nd time in his career, I believe. And you get to see a little bit of McCaffrey's power right here at the end. Well, I'm not sure what 21's trying to do here, but he's trying to punch the ball out, and that did not work. So he gives up an extra 15 yards. Whew. Again, that's 49ers football right there. After that Christian McCaffrey screen pass, Jordan Mason, first career touchdown. So he does not seem happy. They don't look to be on the same page at all. So 49ers I formation, they are tight end to the field. They're just trying to get a numbers advantage so they can run back to the weak side. So let's count them. Let's see what happens here. 1, 2, 3 on this side of the center. So he's head up. He's head up. Mason is effectively shouldn't have to worry about anybody. Of course, there's going to be a linebacker flowing, but you can tell that they're learning from Christian McCaffrey. You can tell that. Watch his patience. See that little jab right there, little cut. Gets hit at the 6-yard line. Scores a touchdown. But the most impressive part, like we all know, Mason runs through tackles. I'm very excited to see him. I hope he gets carries in the playoffs. But let's stick with this McCaffrey type of patience. Just decoying the linebackers. Manipulating them. So he's thinking, they're both thinking fast flow, right? I have to beat the running back to the spot. Watch the linebackers when Mason hesitates. That is more than enough. So let's watch it again. Doop, doop. He's done. He's not in the picture anymore. This slight lean inside was all it takes. And now Juszczyk is able to get around and seal him. So, man, their blocking is outstanding. As you can see, taking care of business right here. Now it's just a linebacker one-on-one. It would seem like this should be a tackle right here. Yes? No. Touchdown. He runs off. He's so excited. Very cool to see. Again, execution's there. Helps to have a bunch of good players, but kudos to the run design and the play calls.